DC, and I'm downtown in Rochester, Minnesota at the this thing right here. It's pretty much houses the courthouse, the police department, and the sheriff's office, along with I want to say they do license information too and registration. It's kind of like an all-in-one for the city of Rochester. I'm currently standing by the corner of 4th Street Southeast. I think this is 3rd Avenue Southeast. I'm just kind of standing on the public sidewalk that goes in front. I'll probably get up a little bit closer as time goes on, but yeah, hopefully I'll take some really nice pictures today too. I've got the Nikon D100. It's an old school camera, but it takes really nice pictures, so I think we'll keep going from there. So we'll see you later, hopefully uneventful. Hey, me again. We've been here for about 5 minutes so far. There's a lot of construction going on. So you can't really, I don't even see like an easy way to get in. You have to like go through one end of the building and then walk all the way around to get to the other end. It's kind of cool.
Recording it as well.
Great, thank you.
Okay, put your phone away.
No. What crime do you suspect me of breaking?
I don't suspect you of breaking any crime.
Okay.
There's been a complaint made against you of suspicious activity. My job, you asked me a question.
Sure.
My job is to investigate that. Part of my investigation is to identify you. Part of your responsibility in this process is to provide me with identification.
Well, thank you for explaining that to me, and I can appreciate you wanting to do your job correctly and honestly. Seeing as you said I'm not suspected of committing a crime, I'm not obligated to ID.
Where do you believe that?
That's a Fourth Amendment.
No, that's against
for a First
unreasonable
Amendment,
search and seizure, which we're not doing here.
Which kind of
I have reasonable. You're being
of
seized,
what crime?
yes.
So I'm being detained right now.
You are.
Okay.
At this point, yes.
For what crime?
Hey, this is Swenson, 2503. I don't have my radio with me, but have Tracy continue. All right, and have her, have her continue. Okay, thanks. Bye. So we're gonna sit and have this dance about you providing identification.
Not a dance at all. If I'm being detained, I'll be detained. That's fine.
Okay. We're gonna wait for a uniformed officer to get here.
Okay.
In the meantime, it'd be great if you'd tell me who you are.
Seeing as not how I'm not obligated to.
Well, who said you're not obligated? I don't understand where you think you're not obligated.
Well, I have to be accused of crime. In Minnesota, I have to be lawfully arrested for me to produce ID.
It's not true.
That is very true.
Actually, it's not. And where did you get that information?
Could I go ahead and have your supervisor come here?
Not at this point. No, you don't need to. I'll be...
I'm formally requesting it.
Formally requesting?
Formally requesting it.
Why is that?
Because you don't seem to know the laws about ID.
Perfect.
Could I get your badge number one more time? I know you showed it to me quickly. And your name?
Well, see, here's the thing, and I will provide all that to you, but you understand where this is a little bit of an issue? Since you're not providing me with any information, and I all of a sudden have to do all these things for you?
I'm not a public servant. So, you know...
My name is John Swenson.
Thank you, John. I'll give you that my name is Dan.
What's your last name, Dan? I gave you mine.
Sorry.
Funny how that works.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
I know. I don't take tax money, you know, for my salary.
Does that have channel 1 and everything on it?
I'll give it to you.
Hey, this is Swenson again. This person out here is not identifying himself. He is also not being very clear us out here, please. And I do have a radio right now. I just got to get it over to channel 1. Thanks. Bye.
Do you want to be on 2 or what?
Channel 1, if I could.
Okay, you're there now.
Roll 1 is channel 1. you say your first name was again?
Dan.
Dan.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Dan, you don't answer questions.
This is true.
Can I ask? Well, we got to have a dialogue at some point. We got to have a conversation of some sort. I know that. I know that. Thank you very much, though. He has a right to do that. So, but you got to understand,
Yeah.
this is a government center. It's a law enforcement center. Yes,
Yep.
it's a public place, but with all the current events going on in our world, having somebody that's taking pictures, that's refusing to give their name and things, that causes some suspicion.
Sure. I can appreciate
and
that.
so my job, our job, is to find out what's going on.
Well,
This is Jim,
Hey, Jim.
refusing to tell me who he is.
I'm not
Thinks
Jim.
or no, I'm sorry, Dan.
Yeah, Dan.
Dan.
Hi.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Here's some identification, please, Dan.
What crime am I being accused of committing?
There is no crime that you're being accused of committing. However, the law states the police officer asks you to identify yourself. You must do that.
I don't think that's true in Minnesota. It's not a stop and identify state.
No.
And
Because
I'm,
He's also
we're-
asked for a supervisor.
We're called.
I have asked for a supervisor.
That's fine. We're called here on a complaint, so we have a valid right to be here. As do you,
Yeah, sure.
but we have a valid right to investigate.
Yeah, you can investigate all
And
you
that's
like.
why I need to have some identification.
I'm not going to identify myself until I'm lawfully arrested, because that is the only time I'm obligated to. So if you would like to arrest me for a crime,
I'm not sure what laws you think you need to be breaking
It's-
here. I don't know what
I don't think
laws
I am
you've
breaking the
read
law.
in the state of Minnesota, but
Well, I know it's not a stop and identify, so unless you
Let
are
me give you a
accusing me
scenario.
of a crime, then I will happily identify myself.
Well, let me ask
If
you
not-
this: do you drive a car?
I don't answer questions.
Oh, that's right. He doesn't answer questions.
that's good.
Okay. Well, you know what? When we make traffic stops, people aren't breaking laws per se, but we have a right to identify them.
If
So
you
how do you
if you
explain
pull
that?
over someone without having them
Or crime. You
committing
said
a crime, yeah,
Well, just so you understand, a petty misdemeanor is not a crime, and if you're stopped for speeding,
yeah,
okay,
that's a speeding.
that's not a crime though, and I still get to identify you. So I'd like to.
So am I
where does that
speeding
come
right
from?
now?
I'm giving you an example.
Well, what crime
said it's a
or petty
crime.
misdemeanor do you suspect me of committing to where I would need to identify myself?
We're past that at this point.
Past that to what? I don't know where we've passed and where we are now.
Could you see that?
I'm being detained, right?
Yeah.
For what crime?
Well, suspicious activity for.
So
what
is
you're being-
suspicious activity a law?
It's an action that causes police to react, which will
Okay.
cause us to come and have a conversation with you, which you're refusing to have. You don't answer questions,
That's true.
which causes us to be even more suspicious. You
I'm-
also
I'm
fail
more
to provide.
suspicious for-
You fail to provide identification, which is
That's
under
right.
what our job is to solve these problems, these suspicions.
Okay.
And you understand that this is suspicious. We're trying to solve this. And the way we're going to solve this is to have you identify yourself so we know that you're not have other issues going on that we might be concerned with. Like right now I'm
I have
concerned.
no other issues. I mean, I'm obviously a photographer, which is a First Amendment right. I'm
That's
on
not
public
an obvious
property.
thing.
Yeah, where's your
To us.
identification identifying you as a photographer? Other than you have a camera.
I can carry
So,
a camera too, but
so
doesn't
it
make me a photographer,
matters.
right?
So a photographer, by definition, is one who takes photographs.
Where's your
that-
credentials that you're a photographer?
Are you
For
saying
real?
as a
Credentials for
profession
what?
or
There
just
you
as
go.
a hobby?
What does it matter?
Well, the title of photographer tells me that you might do that as a profession.
I don't answer questions, and obviously, it's not relevant. Truthfully,
Well, it actually is because this is a government facility
yeah.
and you're out here taking photographs, which you know what you have every
So-
right to do. But here's the thing:
Okay.
when we come up and say, "Oh, I'm working," and I say, "Hey, what are you up to?" I don't answer questions.
That's right.
You could answer, say, "Oh, I'm working on a science project. I'm supposed to take pictures of the birds or the trees, or you know what? I like the building structure. I'm taking
But
pictures of that."
I'm not obligated to tell you anything like that.
You are. The average person would identify themselves to us.
That's
and
not
would provide their
necessarily true.
identification. No, it is true. In my line of work, what I do.
Look.
You don't know. I'm telling you this.
You are refusing to give me your ID.
I'm making sure that you do not have any weapons because you are under arrest.
We're here in Invesco Field, Denver, Colorado. We're gonna do some outreach. We got some packets made up. Let me show you one. And then we got some video of us making them before about economic for liberty and the Constitution, the Great Myths of the Great Depression, and it's plumb full with the other advertisers, our cards, Strike the Roots, you know, DVDs, CDs. So we're hoping to give some of these out and meet some folks. We also got some Keystone here to entice people to come on aboard.
It also has free beer.
Looking sexy. Free beer.
The free beer.
Yeah.
You guys will have to take that down. You can't sell. What's that?
Yeah, take it down. All right, well, we appreciate it.
No, appreciate it.
Take care.
Thank you.
Essentially, we believe people should be free to act as long as they don't initiate force.
I agree with you.
So, yeah.
I don't disagree with you at all.
But,
We got some.
That's what this country's based on.
yeah, right. I thought it was a great camera.
Good luck, guys.
The Liberty Bus is on tour.
I'll see you guys in a few nights.
Hi, buddy. Yeah, man.
Alcohol control.
I'm totally hip to it. Steve-O is my little brother. He just gets weird on the internet. Anti-war. I love that.
Oh yeah, thank you, man. Thank you.
Nice. Good.
Oh, we're okay.
Thank you. Check it out. Appreciate it.
War on terror, that's an oxymoron.
Our guest book is the ceiling. These are people we've met on the road.
Fucking A.
I'm all about freedom. There we go.
I should take 4 books over there.
Yeah.
I just wanted to give you guys what we're handing out to everybody.
We can't take anything anyway, and the cops are already on the way.
Okay. I mean, I don't get what you guys said. I said I can't say free here. I can say
Hey,
You can't give it away. You can't give it away. You can't offer. You can't. It's pretty cut and dry.
say we don't have to get like.
it's already happening.
All right, well, all right, sorry. Hey, I just want to let you guys know that the cops are coming. Well, they said you can't say free, so I started saying come have it.
Right, what's wrong with that?
What's the update, buddy? It's too late. The cops are coming.
Are they?
Yeah. They won't take shit. They said, "Oh, you pretty much mocked us." Because I mocked them.
What'd you say?
So I apologize. When I asked her, I said, "We can't say free," is what she said. And I haven't been saying free.
Yeah, you ready? Here they come, dude. Yeah, it doesn't say. Okay.
Hi.
How you doing, sir?
Pretty good. We need to see your ID.
Can I ask why?
Yeah, is that you don't have the right to be offering alcohol out just publicly.
We were told earlier that we had to take our signs down that said free beer here, which we did, because they said that was something about...
Okay, this would be the other thing is you haven't asked me permission to tape or record anything.
Well, you're a public...
But you get to ask. Yeah, but I want you to ask me.
But you're a public official.
Yeah, but I want you to ask me. Because it's nice and courteous.
Well,
okay, then this is the next thing.
You came up and demanded my ID.
I do, and I have the right because you've offered alcohol to people that we don't know is underage. So please, I'd like to see you produce your identification.
What proof do you have that anybody offered anyone alcohol?
The people that complain.
Which people are those?
Let's not get into that. Let's actually just go with, are you going to refuse to give us identification? Are you going to refuse to give us identification?
Am I being detained right now?
No. We're asking you right now because of what you've aired.
I'm asking you, sir, for your ID. Let me have your ID. Are you with this group?
We have the obligation to find out who you are.
Like, legally required to produce your ID?
Let me have your ID.
You offered free beer to anyone that wanted to have it. Right?
Under what statute? Can you just please explain that to me?
Refusal to a lawful order, it can result in your arrest.
Excuse me, sir. You're touching my property, sir.
With good conduct and
Excuse me.
Whoa, guys, come on.
Sir,
okay, let's go.
I don't know what you're trying to do to me, sir.
Let me see your ID.
For what cause, sir? That's all. I'm only asking questions. Sir, you're going to damage my property.
I'm not going to damage your property.
This is in my possession. I'd like to keep that, sir.
Let it go.
Is that a lawful request?
You are refusing to give me your ID.
Am I legally required to produce?
Yes, you are legally required based on you've offered alcohol to people that may be possibly underage.
And we have not done any of that. We've been trying. I'm making sure that you do not have any weapons because you are under arrest.
You know, this is ridiculous.
I am not.
Jeez.
Turn in. Give me your ID. Give me your ID.
Okay, please stand up, sir.
You have tickets.
Sir, please stand up. Sir, please stand up. That's the fun time, sir. Please stand up.
Nothing. If you will get out of our safety zone until this incident is resolved, please just stand over there. We have the legal right to tell you to move. Pick him up and get him out of here. He doesn't harm anyone, guys. It doesn't matter. He's refused. Look what he's doing.
You guys are using force against a peaceful person. You think that's moral to do? You go to bed at night happy at how you earn your paycheck by harming peaceful people?
I think the thing that you don't realize is that all we asked for was compliance.
Sure, but what if you asked me to
What
go? What if you asked me to go to beat somebody up, and I don't want to comply with something I morally disagree with?
Trying to be the right guys to chuck these guys out of here, right? No, we were just going to advise them get their names, but see, they never let it get that far. We never allowed it to go where it needed to go, and all we were going to do is identify you, let the Broncos deal with it.
I think your aggressive tone is taking it where it's gone. Look at this. He has harmed nobody. And look at you.
Go to jail. I have all the right. I have all the right in the world.
You have no extra rights than I do because you have a badge.
Sir, you don't have the right to lock the vehicle. You're in custody. You have to understand that. You know, I'm trying to be very, very considerate and understanding that you just, for whatever reason, are acting the way you're acting, and I don't understand why. But given that situation, you're going to go with us. You have no right not to because you're in custody. Whether or not you're going to cooperate with me will indicate whether or not I'm going to put you in jail.
Why is this evidence?
I don't know.